So I guess what I mean is when it comes to theology, it seems like from my from my understanding of Judaism is that you have the Torah, you have an oral Torah that's been passed down, but when it comes to dogmatic beliefs, it seems like the rabbis over time have put out their opinions and things have been changing over time. And if you don't have anything that's infallible, how do you know which books belong and what to actually believe?
Okay. So the Jewish Bible that was canonized after the death of Jesus is not the Word of God. Okay. Only the Torah is the Word of God. And by the simple fact, wow, there's noise outside here. That by the simple fact that the rabbis are arguing in the Talmud, trying to decide what books to include and what books to exclude, it's hard for me to believe that they actually felt that they were compiling the Word of God. It just makes no sense, on how that we only have the book of Ezekiel because Rabbi Akiva says that the errors in the temple is to justify the temple that's falling down from heaven, or the Song of Solomon is describing how God makes love to the Jewish people, whatever. Yeah, so they only because they sanctioned books worthy of study doesn't mean they were in some way expanding divinely inspired text, how I think Christians and Karaites view it. So, in terms of rabbis creating new things, rabbis are not allowed to create new things. The Sanhedrin, which is a fallible institution that's sanctioned from a Torah perspective, made mistakes. There's a whole section in the Talmud that deals with the mistakes of the Sanhedrin. So they're allowed to build laws as long as they don't call them Torah laws, and they're binding on every Jewish person to keep as long as it doesn't contradict the Torah. And that's the only body in Judaism that could add to what you have to do. But it's always called rabbinic or Jewish or oral law. There's a distinction between that and the written law. So now there are some rabbis who don't follow the rules, who do invent things that outside of the Sanhedrin and outside of the Torah, and these are Kabbalistic rabbis. They'll introduce concepts like reincarnation, demons, the heck, I don't know, I mean, God having reproductive organs. So, in my opinion, that would be things that are optional to believe from a Kabbalistic perspective.